Good morning, children. Welcome to Business Studies class, Chapter 2 Forms of Business Organizations. Today, we will discuss merits and limitations of partnership. In previous video, it is included meaning and features of partnership. So, in this video, we can discuss merits and limitations of a partnership. So, in this video, I included these 5 merits and 5 limitations of a partnership. Okay. First of all, we can discuss merits of or advantages of a partnership. First advantages, that is, if any person starting this business, any person starting as a partnership firm, then what are the merits? Okay. First merit is ease of formation and closure. Starting and for starting a partnership as well as closing that partnership is very easy. A partnership firm can be formed easily by putting an agreement between the prospective partners into place whereby they agree to carry out the business of the firm and share the risk. There is no compulsion with respect to registration of the firm. Closure of the firm is an easy task. So first merit is that is no compulsion is required for registration of the partnership firm. So partnership firm cases, if they want to register, that is then only they can register this one. It is not a compulsory to register this partnership. Okay. So that is the one point. Then second one is that is what is required only for starting that business? Agreement is required. Agreement between whom? Agreement with the prospective partners. Agreement between the partners is compulsory. That partnership agreement must be not compulsory to written based. So both is accepted. That is oral as well as written agreement is accepted. Okay. So whereby agree to carry out the business of that, means in that agreement how they will carry out that business, the mutual agreement is they want to mention that is only required to start a business. Okay. Same way how they will share the risk, that also they want to agree in advance. That's why what is required for starting a partnership firm formally easy, just simply putting one agreement is required, agreement among the partners related with how they will run their business and how they will share that risk. These things they want to mention in that partnership. Then this registration is not a compulsory. So in this based, we can say formation is very easy. At the same time, closure of that business also very easy task. Second advantages of a partnership, that is balanced decision making. So balanced decision making. The partners can be oversee the different functions according to the areas of expertise. Because of an individual is not forced to handle different activities. This is not only reduces the burden of the worker but also leads to fewer the errors in judgments. As a consequence, decisions are likely to be more balanced. So next one is a merits of a partnership. Next is merits of partnership is a balanced decision making. So the partners who oversee the different functions according to the areas of expertise. So there are different means one of the limitations sole proprietorship is a lack of managerial ability. But here different partners are there, so they are functioning different areas. So why? Because they are expertise in different sections. So that's point of view, so they can take a balanced decision. So because of an individual is not forced to handle the different activities, this is not only reduces the burden of the work but also leads to fewer errors in the judgments. So in the sole proprietorship business cases, all decisions are taken by the sole proprietor at the same time. So he is not expertising in all the areas. So workload is more. But here one of the advantage that is here, no that much workload is there because they are sharing this task, and responsibilities of do completing that work is very less, and they are expert in some particular period, some particular areas, so they can look up to that area only. So that is the balanced. Then they, in that particular areas they can take the proper decision. So that is the final result is they can reduce the errors in judgment case. Then as the consequence, decisions are likely to be more balanced. So in that point we can say that their decisions are likely to be more balanced decision. Clear? So why this is a balanced decision, where they can take the partners to oversee the different functions according to their areas of expertise. So these partners, they are looking these different areas. Suppose example areas means a marketing area, purchasing area, then financing areas, then production area. So different partners are expert in different areas. So they were seeing that particular area only. Each partner look after that same particular area which area he or she is expert at. Okay. So because of an individual is not forced to handle the different activities here, all are doing all activities together, not doing like that. So they are not forced to handle the different activities. So this is the then after effect of this point is this is not only reduces the burden of the worker but also leads the fever in errors. So we can say they are expert wise, they are looking the different areas. Then advantages is reduces the burden of the worker, one advantage, and also leads the fewer errors in judgment. So that's why their decisions are more likely to be balanced decision. Now third point is more funds. So another disadvantages in that sole proprietorship business is lack of fund. But here more funds are there because more partners are there. They are contributing this capital. So fund is compared to sole proprietor business, fund is more. So but in a partnership, the capital is contributed by a number of partners, isn't it? In the capital is contributed by number of partners. This makes it possible to raise the larger amount of funds as compared to the sole proprietorship business. So this is the comparison. Then they different partners are there. Different partners contribute the capital. So then this is make it possible to raise the large amount of a fund as compared to which form of organization, sole proprietorship business, and undertake the additional operations when they need it. With the help of this fund they can undertake any additional operations. Now fourth advantages of partnership, that is a sharing of a risk. So the risk involved the running of a partnership firm is shared by all the partners. This reduces the anxiety, burden, stress of an individual partners. So in the sole proprietorship basis, everything is handled by one person. So definitely more burden, anxiety, stress for that person is very high in amount. So here that is they are sharing the risk. So in the partnership, one of the advantages is sharing the risk. Risk involved the running of a partnership firm is shared by all the partners. This reduces anxiety, burden, and stress of each individual partners. Okay, each partners. Now next one is secrecy and last months of this partnership, that is secrecy. The partnership firm is not legally required to publish its accounts and submit its reports. Hence it is able to maintain the confidentiality of information relating to its operation. So this point we can't compare with the sole proprietorship businesses. Sole proprietorship business also, this is the advantage, that is a secrecy is there. That is in the sole proprietorship business also not legally required to publish their books of account. It's the same way, then this partnership case also no need to publish their books of accounts, isn't it? So in such a point of view, they can maintain the secrecy in that businesses. So information confidentially they can keep. But in where this is publishing is required, then this books of accounts compulsory want to publish in which form of organization? 5 forms of organizations are there. What are they? First one, sole proprietorship business. Second one is a partnership. Second one is a joint Hindu family business. Third one is a partnership. Fourth one is corporate society. Fifth one is then joint stock company. That joint stock company cases, that is compulsory to publish their books of account. Okay, here that is a secrecy they can maintain. There is not compulsory to publish their books of account, so they can maintain a confidentiality of information relating to the operation. Now next, limitations of partnership. What are different limitations of partnership? First one is unlimited liability. The partners are liable to repay the debts even from their personal resources in case of a business asset are not sufficient to meet its debts. So, unlimited liability, that partners are liable to repay the debts even from their personal resources in case of business assets are not sufficient to meet its debts. Meaning, that is the first point, the limitation, unlimited liability. Like a sole proprietorship business also, here also liability is unlimited. Each partner's liability is unlimited. So partners are liable to repay. They are liable to repay even from their personal resources. Their personal properties also they want to, in case they want to bring to the business. For what purpose? In case business assets are not sufficient to meet its debtors. So certain cases business assets are not sufficient to meet its debt. In such a case, partners are liable to repay the these debts, and they want to, for repaying these debts, they want to bring their personal resources. Understood? Partners are liable to repay the debts even from their personal resources. In which case, in case the business assets are not sufficient to meet its debt. If a business assets are sufficient to meet its business debts, then no need to bring their personal property. But if the business asset is not sufficient to meet the business debt, in such a case, personal property of the partners also they want to bring to settle this debt. In such point of view, we can say their liability is unlimited. The liability of the partners is both joint and several, which may prove to be the drawback of those partners who have greater personal wealth. So, what is the point? The liability of the partners is both joint and several, which may prove it to be drawback of their for those partners who have greater personal wealth. So here point is the liability of the partners is both joint and several, which may prove it to be the drawback of those partners who have a greater wealth. They will have to repay the entire debt in case the other partners are unable to do so. That means if any one partner is not able to bring his personal property is very less, so in such cases maximum he contributed, but then also again his liability is there, so then he is unable to bring that amount. In such cases other partners are responsible to pay that debt also. In that point of view, we can say their partners liability unlimited liability. Okay, next, limitations. Another limitations of a partnership, that is limited resources. So this is a one more fund is the advantages, but this in another point of view, comparing to that more fund case, we compare to the sole proprietorship case is a more fund. But other form of business cases, that is a joint stock company case, corporate society case, fund is very less. Okay, so limited resource. In that the other form of organization comparison time, we can say that their resources are very limited. So second point is limited resources. There is a restriction on the number of member partners, isn't it? So what is the maximum number of partners considering at present? Maximum number 50 as per the company's miscellaneous rule, rule 10 basis. This maximum number of partners 50. Okay. Companies Act 2013 basis the government prescribed 100, but considering now 50 only. So there is a restriction on the number of partners, and hence a contribution in terms of a capital investment is usually not sufficient to support to the large scale business organization. So in such a point of view, this fund is not sufficient. Their members 50 maximum, and their contribution also very limited. So it's such a type of business case very difficult to support very large form of large type of business organization. So large scale business is very difficult. So as a result, the partnership firm faces problems in expansions beyond a certain size. So in that point of view, we can say they can't expand in a very huge ways. So that is very difficult in the case of a partnership firm. Okay. Limited resources point is this is the restriction on the number of partners, and hence contribution in terms of capital investment is usually not sufficient to support large scale business organization. Their fund is not sufficient for starting a large scale business operations. As a result, business firms, partnership firms face a problem in expansion beyond a certain size. If a certain size beyond that level, they can't expand. Why? That is their resources are limited. Now next point, third point is a possibility of a conflicts. Third limitation of partnership, that is a conflict, chance of conflict is there. So partnership is run by the group of partners wherein the decision making authority is shared. So partnership is run by the group of person that we know, isn't it? They are run by the group of person wherein decision making authority is shared. So one person can't take the decision. Definitely decision making is a authority is in a authority is a shared one. So differences in opinion on some issue may lead to the disputes between the partners. So definitely one different person having the different opinion. In such a point of view, we can say definitely conflict will arise among the partners. So difference in opinion in some issues may lead to dispute between the partners. Further, the decisions of one partner are binding on the other partners. Okay, decision of one partner binding on other partners. So thus an unwise decisions by someone may result in the financial ruin of all others. Sometimes okay, some are taking the decision, others also want to agree in certain situation. So if this decision is in a failure situation, then leads to failure, then definitely these problems are faced by all the partners together. So thus an unwise decisions may someone may result in the financial ruin of all others. In case the partners decide to leave the firm, this can be result in the termination of partnership as there is a restriction of the transfer of ownership. Okay, this is restriction of the transfer of ownership is restricted. Okay, in certain cases. So next one is lack of continuity. Partnership comes to an end with the, so fourth point is lack of continuity. The partnership comes to an end with the death, retirement, insolvency, the leniency of any partner. It may result the lack of continuity. However, remaining partners can enter into a fresh agreement and continue the firm to run the business. Yesterday also we discussed this point, lack of continuity. This means if anything happened to one of partners, death, retirement, insolvency, or this type of things happen to a partner, definitely affecting to the partnership. Partnership comes to an end. Partnership meaning is yesterday also already told, only agreement comes to an end. But if they want to, remaining partners wants to continue that business, definitely they want to make a new agreement and then in that agreement how to run that business detail they want to mention. So in such point of view, sometimes it will stop in that time itself. So that lack of continuity is there in where partnership agreement is, sometimes it will stop due to this type of occurrence. Okay, next thing is and last point, limitations of partnership, lack of public confidence. So a partnership firm is not legally required to publish its financial reports or make other related information public. It is therefore difficult for any member of a public to ascertain the true financial status of the business partnership firm. What is the point? The lack of public confidence. Lack of public confidence case, a partnership firm is not legally required to publish financial reports to make other related information public. This means they are not issuing these books of accounts to the public. So a partnership firm is not legally required to publish, that is not compulsory to publish their financial reports or make any other report. They are not compulsory to publish it to the public. It is therefore difficult for any member of the public to ascertain the true financial status of the partnership firm. In such a point of view, a member of this public can't ascertain the correct financial position of the partnership firm. Okay, so difficulty of any member of the public to ascertain the true financial status of the partnership firm. As a result, the confidence of the public in the partnership firm generally low. Then final result is, in such a point of view, we can say definitely the public in the public point of view, so their confidence is very less. They don't know correct financial information about this business. They don't know about the correct information about this business. In such a point of view, we can say public confidence is very less against this firm. Okay, so these are the different limitations of a partnership. What are the limitations? Unlimited liability, limited resources, possibility of conflicts, lack of continuity, lack of public confidence. Okay, thank you, take care.